Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're gonna look at a new indie brand that I've just added in my collection, and that is Little Cosmetics. I made an order during Easter when they had one of those Easter egg games where you could earn some discount. I earned 35% discount. So I thought I will try this. I've never tried Little Cosmetics, but I always wanted to try them because they are from Germany, and I'm from Czech Republic, which is right next to Germany. So I always wanted to try this brand. It is an indie brand, and I love indie brands, and I'm so happy that they're from Europe. And I wanted to try them for a long time, especially their shimmers and multichromes, because I've heard that those are the best from that brand, and I didn't want it to start with too many products, so I picked up this really small like magnetic or like empty palette from their charity collection. This one is the rescue one, and 4 shades. 2 were multichrome. First is the one that you can see right now is called Allure, which is this kind of pinky, peachy, orangey shade that also shifts gold and a little bit green. It's a very beautiful shade. Then I also got some brushes. I wanted to try some more detailed brushes because a lot of the brushes that I have are pretty big, so I wanted to have something small. And a magnetic tool, or like depotting tool, that they had, because I thought that's a really cool addition to my collection, and I thought it would be really useful. Then another shade is the shade Sigil, which is this like minty green, like cool toned greenish blue color. All of these shimmers are extremely sparkly. That's one thing that I think is amazing about this brand. These shades are so sparkly and so beautiful, and I love this kind of green shade. I think there's a little bit of like gold speckles in this. Then the next shade is this white shimmer, and it's called Idol. And then the last shade, which is the most exciting one, is shade called Parasect, I'm not sure. It's this like purpley lavenderish color that shifts to gold, also to green. It's just a beautiful color that I think is perfect for especially like Halloween, because you know the purple green shift I think is great. Here you can see some swatches. I hope you will be able to see how extremely sparkly these are. I was so blown away by the sparkles, and just the swatches literally had me speechless, and I had to immediately sit down and film a video with this because oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I've been meaning to buy something from this brand for a very long time, but a lot of the palettes that they have, that they kind of pre-make, weren't too exciting for me. I liked the one that was kind of like the one up or something. It was like I think there were like 16 shades or something like that, and it was like gaming inspired. That one was kind of cool, but I have a lot of these shades in my other palettes, or like very similar tones, so I didn't pick that up. And I also wasn't that excited about their like empty palettes before, but when they came with this charity collection, I just knew I had to buy at least one of those empty palettes because they're so cute, and 4pan I think is a really nice way to try this brand, so I opted for this, and I definitely want to get the other 4pan empty palettes from this like charity collection because I think they're really cute. And I also want to try some more multichromes because I love the multichromes that I tried, and also the shimmers that I tried from this. They're extremely pigmented, extremely shiny. They lay amazingly on the eyelid. I have hooded eyes and a little bit of oilier eyelids, and these even the multichromes lasted the whole day on me, without greasing, without anything. I was kind of scared that the multichromes would be too oily and that they would break apart during the day, but that didn't happen, fortunately. And they have a little bit more of a shimmery consistency, meaning like a very finely milled, like a glitter or something. It has like small particles that are extremely lightweight, extremely small, and they're just perfect for applying it on your eyes. I also didn't notice any major fallout or anything like that, so I think this is just a perfect formula. Here you can see me testing the swatches in different lighting, so just that you could see all the shifts in this. And here are the 3 brushes that I got. So one is like very precision, like liner brush. One is very small, like blending brush or like packing brush, and one is detail brush that is like either on your lower lash line or on your inner corner to add like shimmer or something. It's a very small one, or you could probably very easily do eyeliner with it because it's really like sharp at the edge. So the first look, I had to do green because the green is my favorite color, in case you don't know that, in case you're new here. So I just used my favorite green matte that I have right now, and that's from the Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye. I used the shade Matcha Cookie in my crease, then I deepen it up with the shade Christmas Tree, and then I also soften it up in the inner third of my eyes with the shade Best Wish to kind of have like my perfect green base. And then I took my custom palette and I used the shade Parasec because I just needed to try this one. Since it's kind of between purple and green, I wanted to see if it's gonna pull very green or if it's gonna pull purple. And here you can see me being very happy about the result. With the greens, it looked a lot more green gold, which is a perfect shade. But when I kind of moved my head around a bit, you could also see the like lavendery pinkish purple, which is just stunning. And then I also paired it with the multichrome from the palette, which is called Elfish, which is kind of green gold with a little bit of orange. So you can see how it looks. I also tried to show you like the reflection in the mirror to see the shift. I think you can see it kind of, that there is a little bit of that like pinky purple shift to it, which was really stunning, and it was so extremely shiny. Then for the second look, I wanted to try something a little bit neutral, and I used my Alva II Mini Forest palette from Oden's Eye, and I used this like matte brown shade called Little Deer. And then I used the orange shade called Faith from Fantasy palette from Game Beauty. I used this small like buffing brush. I also tried to use it on my lower lash line, and I think it worked perfectly in there. This is the 215 shading brush. It's amazing. It's very small and very, very good. These are synthetic brushes, but they're extremely soft, but I think they're really easy to pick the colors with. Then on my eyelid, I used the shade Allure, which is this like peachy pinky shade, and I tried to use it with my fingers without any glitter primer. This was the only look that I didn't use glitter primer. The rest of the looks I did use that. I just wanted to see if it's gonna be any different with the finger application. And then I used my shade from Wanna Be My Honey. This is like one of the more yellowy leaning shades, because I just thought it would be really cute since this Allure shade goes from like this really pinky shade to a little bit more peachy orangey, so I thought it would pair nicely with this yellowy leaning one. And I again tried to show you in the reflection, you can also see a little bit of green, I think. So yeah, this is again, it's a little bit more subtle shade than the Parasec one, but again, it's beautiful, and I want to try it with more like deeper base to see how it's gonna look with that. Then for the third look, I went in with some blues. This is the Fantasy palette from Game Beauty. I went in with this icy tealy shade called Ice Fantasy, and then I used the shade Courage, which is like deep dusty blue in my inner corner, in my outer corner, and I again used the shade 215 to kind of really pack the color in my outer corner. Then again use the glitter primer, and use the shade Ethereal, which is kind of a duochrome. It shifts between blue and purple. I use that in the outer half of my eyelid, and then inner half I use the shade Sigil. This kind of like tealy, minty, shimmery shade, and it's so stunning. And then I use the shade Idol, which is this like very white, shimmery inner corner highlight. It is really perfect. It is very it looks perfect with these blues or like these cooler tones. And here you can see the finished look. I used just some white eyeliner. Then I used my graphics ink liner from Colourpop. This one is kind of like a tealy one. I will link it down below with everything that I'm using. And my mascara is from L'Oreal. It's the Pro XXL. I'm using the same mascara and eyeshadow base and everything in all of the looks. And I also tried my lashes from Ace Beauty. These ones are called Ultra Glam lashes, and they're super big. I had to cut them like almost half of the size because it was just too big for me, but I wanted to try something more dramatic. And then for the last look, I tried this like cat eyeliner look for hooded eyes that I learned from Annette's Makeup Corner. This is like my 4th or 5th time using this kind of shape, so I'm still learning how to use it, but I really love the results with this. I used my Solmone for the base, Solmone 2 palette from Oden for the base, like for the matte shades. I used the shade Black Hole in my outer corner to kind of draw the wing. Then for my lid, I used the shade Galaxy to kind of map out the shade, and I also used the shade Dream in my first like third of the eye, and I applied that again with the shade 215 with the brush 215 because it's really small. It's really easy to get into these places. Then again, I used the glitter primer, and I had to try the shade Parasec again to see like if it will pull the purple in this. And as you can see, it's very like purple gold when you pair it with these cool toned purples. It looks amazing. And again, when I move, you can see the green. I feel like here you can see the green better than in the first look. So I would definitely pair it with like purples to really get like the full effect. And I feel like this eye look would be perfect for like spooky season, you know, for Halloween. Lastly, I put the shade Starry Sky from the Solmone palette, and here you can see the finished look. I added the same mascara and everything, and I used this very pastel-y lavender eyeliner that I got from drugstore. And yeah, I really love these brushes. They're amazing. They're so easy to work with, and I'm so happy that I finally have affordable small brushes that I can use for anything. And I'm so happy for the shimmers and the multichromes. They are amazing. They're so shifty and sparkly and so easy to use. And this last look that you see, I wore that for 15 hours and it didn't crease. I didn't have to tap it or anything. And I have quite oily eyelids, so if you struggle with multichromes and they don't want to last on you, definitely try these. These are amazing, especially if you live in Europe. Definitely get your hands on this. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you liked it. I know it was kind of like short and pretty quick, but I just wanted to show you what I got from Lidl and hopefully inspire you. Let me know if you tried this brand, if you have some of their pre-made palettes, and what do you think about them. I've heard that their mattes are worse than their shimmers, so let me know if you like their matte formula as well. And hope you liked it. Let me know if you like any of these looks, and I will be happy to see you for another video. Anyways, that's it from me. Have a great day. Bye.